guys, JWTifa here, and we are doing a speed build, and okay, where to even start? So, it is the last day of July. I have literally worked on this build all day today, and then I I have edited it. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. And I'm recording it right now, and I've been like at this for like 3 to 4 hours, so I'm exhausted. So I apologize if things are crazy or I say something weird or whatever. Just please forgive me. So, lately, if you've been watching a lot of speed builds or you've been on watching a lot of stuff on about The Sims 4, then you have probably heard of the Rory's build challenges. So, Rory is this really awesome YouTuber that I literally just discovered actually watching an Urban Sims video where she did Rory's getaway speed build. And I'll try to remember to link that in the description so that you guys can watch hers, because that's kind of what inspired me and brought me over to look at Rory. And Rory is a YouTuber slash Twitch player, as most of us are. But anyway, so she does these cool, awesome build challenges every month. I think she started in like February, if my math's right, because July is house number 6. And so each month she does a new challenge, kind of like where you have a layout that you have to follow, but you can have, you can do whatever you want to the design and stuff like that. And a lot of times she gives you unlimited fun, so you can kind of go crazy and wild and use however much money you want to. And it's really fun because I'm trying to get better at building, and I like doing her build challenges, which is the first one I've done. I will tell you guys that I'm planning to go back and do the ones that she's already done, along with the one she should hopefully have one up for August. I'm not sure if she's still continuing it or not. I know that she was having some issues where people were taking it and then not giving credit where credit was due. So I'm definitely, like, this is completely a shout out to her. This was all her invention and everything. And I have a picture that I'm going to post up of the original layout for you guys to look at, and then kind of base it off of, how good of a job that you think I did or whatever. So anyway, yes, you should watch her. She's Rory Plays The Sims on YouTube, and I think her Twitter is just Rory Plays Sims. So you can follow her on Twitter at Rory Plays Sims. And if you do this challenge for yourself, all that she asks is that if you upload it to the gallery, you use hashtag RoryBuilds. RoryBuilds. This is actually on the gallery already. So it's going to be up on the gallery probably a few hours before this video ever actually gets uploaded. But in case you haven't seen it, you can go on the gallery and go ahead and download it for yourself. I made a cabin. Because her picture, and when you guys see it, her picture, or when you guys either see it or if I've already uploaded in the video, I'm honestly doing the audio before I completely added in all my pictures, so I don't know where I'm adding it. But anyway, that's not the point. Wow. This is rough. Okay, so she had like a cabiny kind of vibe. Like there was a bonfire in the front yard and like a canoe and like you could see a tent in the background. And I thought, how awesome is that? Like, my Sims don't go camping near enough. I want them to do more camping because Granite Falls is really pretty, and right now it's the only vacation option we really have. I mean, I would love some other vacation lots, but I do enjoy going to Granite Falls. And there's only like 4 different options besides the campground of places that you can stay at, and then like they're increasingly expensive. Like, I think my Sims have only ever managed to actually be able to afford to stay in like the 1-bedroom ones. But so I decided that why not replace one of those lots that I've used, probably 100 times every time I play Granite Falls with another like rental kind of cabin or whatever. So that's what I did. It's a rental cabin, so when you download it off the gallery, it's going to say rental. I think you can just change it. I mean, if you want to use it as a house, which you really could, I just added a lot of landscaping. Like, there's that bonfire that you guys saw me put up at the beginning, and then there's like, there's going to be a tent in the backyard and some monkey bars and like some benches, and then there's like a cooler in the front and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you could totally use it as a house, and I think it's super cute as a house. Even the layout is like, I mean, it's 2-bedroom with one bedroom has 2 beds in it, and then the other one has a double bed, or like mom and dad or whatever, and then you have one bathroom. But it's totally functional. Woo! You could totally use it as a starter home. Well, I say that, but the cost of the house was actually 60,000 simoleons, something close to that. I don't exactly quite remember. But you could probably change it up and download it and change out a lot of stuff. I literally was just having a lot of fun because I have the Parenthood stuff pack, but I haven't built anything with it since I got it. So I thought, why not start using some of the Parenthood stuff, like these counters, which I love, by the way. I actually love that green and brown combination with the gray. I think it looks really good. Don't ask me why, but I think it looks amazing. So anyway, those cabinets are Parenthood. That fridge is Parenthood. And then I use a lot of the outdoor retreat stuff too, because I don't build a lot of stuff with it because a lot of it seems so outdoorsy that when I'm building kind of like my Sims homes and like starter homes and modernish, I guess you can say, modern-like homes, I don't add a lot of that rustic look or the wood and stuff like that to a lot of my houses. So I thought, why not build a cabin? I'm building one right now. So I used a lot of Parenthood and I've used a lot of outdoor retreat. So you might have a little hard time if you don't have those packs. I mean, it's not that you can't download it. It's just that you won't have the stuff that are in those packs and game expansions and all that jazz if you do not own them. But anyway, so that will probably cause a lot of the price to go down. I went kind of overboard with all the junk that's outside. Like, it's kind of crazy how much stuff, like if it was actually to be a house and all that stuff was out in the yard and then in the backyard, I'd go crazy. But it's like a camping experience. So I thought I should put, the horseshoe out there, and then that cool little, it is a pool. I know the water's like green and I put a bunch of algae and stuff in it because I thought it'd be super cool, but it's totally functional as a pool. I actually play tested it. I got one of my Sims, and when you see the screenshots, okay, so when you see the screenshots, if you guys watch my cast videos, which I've only done one cast video so far. I mean, I've done more, but I've not uploaded them yet, so let's not rush that too much. But anyway, you can see Alex like eating yogurt in one of my kitchen screenshots because I want to test. I had move objects on, so I always like to test when I do stuff like that just to make sure that everything's kind of functional, because you never know like what they're going to be picky about or whatever. So with move objects on, I always like to kind of just test to make sure everything's working and nothing's like clashy or whatever. So anyway, I feel like I just sat there and talked as fast as I possibly could for like, how long has this been going? 8 minutes, and I don't know what to talk about. So, we could talk about the build, I guess. Like I said, though, I really just like doing Rory's challenges, which is the first one I've done, but I actually have downloaded images for the other ones because I'm strongly thinking about going back and just doing the other ones while waiting for our August one. Just to practice building. Like, it's really great for practicing building. Like, I learned how to do that roof thing. The roof that she has is like really weird, and it took me a little while actually to get it, and I had to watch other people's videos just to see like how they did it to figure out the best way that I could do it. And so that was a new trick that I actually learned that I never knew how to do. So I think it really helps when you're trying to build. And this July one I liked a lot because it was like, it's a small lot. It's one story. There's not even a lot. The floor plan's real basic. I like the open, that there's not like doors blocking the rooms, which is another reason that I thought this makes more sense kind of as a hotel, kind of like a cabinish kind of thing. And there's like one bathroom, 2 beds. Like, it wasn't a huge mansion that I had to like jump into immediately and figure out how to build. So this one I felt was really great to start on, and it did push me out of my comfort zone. I don't usually do a lot of landscaping because I'm so bad at it. Like, I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing and I have no business doing it. So I try to go really easy when I do any landscaping, like really bare necessities. But this time I was like, you need to do a little bit more. You need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to like push. So I did a lot more than I normally would, and that's why I really think that these are awesome. Let's see. What else can I talk about? Oh, if you're wondering, why the videos seem to start in the middle of like, I think I was picking out foundation, the foundation look. That's because I struggled forever doing the layout. I know that I said I wanted to record more of me building the layout with you guys, but I'm so slow at it. I'm still such a beginner. I have no idea what I'm doing. It took me forever to get this layout right, so I was like, I really don't want to drag you guys down. If you've noticed, the video is 23 minutes, and that's with me cranked it up to like 450% speed, okay? Like, it took me forever to do a lot of stuff. And then when I was doing the windows took me forever too. I don't know why. I didn't even actually add a lot of windows because I felt like I add a lot of windows in a lot of my builds, and it kind of like, it gets to be overwhelming. But, maybe it's because I like windows so much, but that doesn't mean everyone else does. And if you want to add more windows, you totally can. So I actually toned down on the windows, but it took me forever. So I literally cut out probably about 20 minutes worth of video at the very beginning because it just took me forever to get the layout and everything. I didn't want you guys to have to struggle through that along with me again, so we got started right in the middle of the build. But it's fine. You'll see pictures and everything. So, I mean, if you're struggling on the layout, the best I can tell you is just to practice. I'm not even 100% confident in my layout skills for you guys to watch me do it. Like I said, it took me forever to do the roof. I didn't even know how to do the roof. So, anyway, hopefully you're not too upset about missing out on the layout. I did it in your best interest, I promise. And you can watch Iron Sims. She does the entire layout of her. I think the only thing that she had down was like the floor. And then she added some beds just to try to like test out and make sure everything worked. But she does the entire layout on screen and everything with you guys. So there are way better builders than me that are probably comfortable doing it, but I am not. So that's why it's out. Anyway, back to the build. I added that. I wanted to add the more family stuff. Like if you're camping, you're going to spend a lot more quality time together, I feel. So that's why there's like the horseshoe thing outside. I add a don't wake the llama thing on the front porch, and I like that dartboard and everything because I feel like you would spend a lot more time as a family. That's also why there's a really tiny TV on the table because I wanted them to have a TV, but I didn't like the way it looked. If you guys were paying attention about 5 minutes ago, you saw that I was struggling to kind of add a flat screen TV up there, but I thought it looked so bad, and I was like, man, I'd really rather add like a cool painting and like some cool mantle things up there. Like I really like the chicken, and I added like this old rustic pickup truck and everything up there, and I thought it was super awesome and cute. So I added just like a tiny little TV that they can watch if they want to, but I figure a lot of it, there's enough things that they can do that offer fun. I would probably just sell it, honestly. I don't even feel like you would need it. I add toys to this little... I go overboard in this room. I make it very kid-like. And I mean, clearly, it could be a group of... for adults, it doesn't have to be kids. But I figured if it's like a family thing, I made it more toward like two parents and like their kids or teens or whatever. I went ahead and added some night lights so that while you're camping, what do they call it? Defender wall lights? Okay, yeah. Add some defender wall lights. That way when they're camping, the kids won't be waking you up at all hours of the night like mine do all the time, every night. It's the worst. I added a bunch of toys so that the kids have stuff to play with. If you notice, there's like a lot of like, I took a lot of the stuff from Parenthood. Like that flower pot is like really cute. I don't know if I keep it. Yeah, I don't, because I didn't like the way it looked. It started to look too cluttered up there, and I thought, I can't deal. But there's like a horse over there on that side table, and like the clay, and then there's like the butterfly, and like just a bunch of stuff for them to play with. And of course, I went all out and I added like the bunnies, and then I add the hot air balloons because I think that they're super cute. And I just added a lot of like fun, kidsy decals throughout the details. I don't know why I was trying to say decals. I meant details. I had a lot of kid details because we got a lot of awesome stuff in Parenthood, but also I feel like if you're, gonna bring your kids, then, I wanted it to feel kind of like home. And that's why, which it doesn't show yet. I think it shows that it's still named like Green Getaway or something. I changed the name to Almost Home Cabin. almost like home. What do I change the name to? This is awkward now. Okay, it's something along the lines of almost like home, because I added a lot of cool drawings and like paintings and sculptures and stuff, because my Sims don't have to afford to live in it, they just have to afford to be able to rent it. So I thought, go a little overboard. Why not? Now's your chance. My Sims can never afford anything nice hardly anyway. Like literally in my Not So Very Legacy challenge, we struggled forever to be able to buy Rose Point. And that was after I went back in and got rid of a bunch of stuff that I included in the build. So there's that. So anyway, I think that this feels really home-like with the decals and stuff that are in the kids' room and the Defender wall lights, and then there's like other night lights and stuff, and then there's just a bunch of drawings and fun family like stuff that they can do. So I really like the vibe that this place gives me. And you know what? Even though I'm not a very good builder and I'm not usually really confident in my building, I do not hate this build. Yeah, that's about the best you're gonna get out of me. I think I did a pretty good job. Granted, the fact that the Rory's build challenges have the layouts already made helped me a lot, because I feel like layouts are what I struggle with the most. I can't formulate layouts in my head very well. I'm just not creative enough. I can fill it with furniture and I can do color schemes and I can play around with stuff all day, but layouts are what make or break the house for me. And so the fact that I can't really formulate ones in my head that are original, I think is a struggle kind of, but I get to follow along with her layout and it definitely comes out looking better in my opinion than if I had done it myself. I'll also kind of like, which I already talked about in my Rose Point build, but you guys should totally watch if you haven't. That one's a lot bigger build, so it takes me a lot longer and I toggle a lot more if you're into that sort of thing. But anyway, my Rose Point one wasn't even off the top of my head either. There's a house, I think it was in New Jersey or New Hampshire or New something, I don't remember anymore, but I had been looking up images of like really cool mansions and stuff on the internet, and I'd found Rose Point, or not Rose, it was called Rough Point. And the layout of Rough Point, if you look very closely, is very similar to my Rose Point, which also helped me with the name. So anyway, so yeah, it helps if I look online and I can kind of like get layouts or just look at real houses, and it helps a whole lot in me like trying to plan out my own house builds and stuff. And that's really good if you're first starting out. I would definitely recommend just to look, do other people's layouts and stuff, because yes, doing the layout is probably the hardest thing. So if you have inspiration and other things that you can look at, that way you're not so focused on trying to come up with it yourself, I think it helps a lot. I did actually cheat and I made this bathroom bigger than I think it was supposed to be, because I think it was only supposed to be 4 squares and mine is 6. It's a 2x3. I literally did not know how my Sims were going to fit a shower, a sink, and a toilet in there, and I thought the opening doesn't need to be that big. They only need a little bit to be able to get in and out of the rooms, and it does offer a little bit more privacy, because now there's only the like 1 square footage of block that they can see through, you know, in case your parent Sims want to have a little bit of fun while they're on vacation. But anyway, so I'm sorry if that was breaking the rules. I couldn't wrap my head around how it was going to work, and so I was like, I got to fit it in. So I just made it a little bit bigger, and I think it looks a little bit better. And if you're going to be sharing the bathroom with 4 Sims anyway, I feel like the more room, the better, honestly. So here's where I add the Don't Wake the Llama. I didn't like that it was kind of like wedged. I meant to say wedged, and then I almost said squeezed, and it came out with squedged. New word. So anyway, I didn't like how I'd squeezed it in the corner, but I did test it, and my Sims totally used it, and they had a lot of fun doing it, so it should work great and fantastic. I love the little wolf chairs. You can see them in the corner a little bit by the bonfire. They got the like werewolf mouth and everything. They're so cute. They're like my favorite. I would use them, but I like mix and matching the chairs because I feel like that's more realistic. Kind of like I know in my family we have like 4 or 5 of those like fold out carry chairs or whatever you want to call them, and none of them are the same. like 2 of them are like boring colors that are nothing but colors. There's like no design on them whatsoever, but it's still like one's red and one's gray. Like I don't know why we do it that way. We're like we can't have them looking the same. So I feel like it's a little bit more realistic maybe to have like a bunch of different ones out there. So that was kind of cool. Okay, I'm about to work on the backyard, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is me trying to figure out what I was going to do, and then it's like, just add stuff. When you're in doubt, just add what you want to add, and then you can kind of fix it up and make it look pretty after you see it all out there. This is me adding the tent. So technically, you really could have more people, I guess, come and stay with you if you wanted to. I don't know how many people can actually sleep in that tent. Is it just a one person? No, it's like 2, right? So anyway, if you wanted to, there's a tent for them to sleep on. I mean, they don't really like the tent, and it doesn't really help with their energy and everything, so I probably wouldn't recommend it. But there is a tent in the backyard if your Sims want to get, real nitty-gritty camping stuff. So there's that. I actually think I've run my mouth for far too long, and I'm actually finishing up the build. I'm just adding, it's going to be me mostly adding trees and stuff forever. I think at the very end I change it up and I add some lights and stuff too because it was like really dark. So anyway, the build is mostly done. You're just going to watch me add flowers and stuff like that. And then you'll see some screenshots, of course, at the end. There's no grid anymore, guys. I finally figured out that a lot of the pictures that other people take, or when they test it, or when they bring people into the lot and then they just tab and then take pictures or whatever. And I like the way that looked a lot better. So I went ahead and there's no grid because I brought people in and then we tested or whatever that way. I did not test the monkey bars, by the way, with those flowers. I think it should work. I don't think it should matter. But I didn't bring a kid with me, and at that point I was just kind of like, I'm over it. So the monkey bars may or may not work. So just test that before you got, like it wouldn't be a big deal, I don't think. I mean, just remove it if it doesn't work. Remove the flowers or whatever. So anyway, I'm done jabbering, and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, please. I had a lot of fun doing it. Please don't forget to watch Rory's Twitch and YouTube channel and give her credit and everything like that if you want to do the challenge. I will have her links in the description. I will have Urban Sims video that she did in the description. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch more of my terrible speed builds or my Let's Plays. And I will see you guys in the next whatever. Bye!